Imagine traveling back through time to learn from the wise thinkers of ancient days, like the Stoics. They had a special way of dealing with tough situations, a kind of mental shield that kept them strong when faced with challenges and difficult people. Picture having something like that for yourself, a sort of protective armor for your mind. Let's delve into the past to uncover practical tips from the Stoics that can help you navigate tough times today. Whether it's dealing with a tough boss, family drama, or just feeling overwhelmed by negativity, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism offers hope and real solutions to help you not just survive, but thrive in the face of adversity. If you've ever felt really weighed down by someone's negativity, or just wanted a break from all the craziness going on around you, then you're in the right place. Let's go on this journey together, armed with some really smart ideas from Stoic philosophy. We'll learn how to stay calm inside, even when life gets really tough. But before we go any further, please don't skip any part of this video. You're not like everyone else. You're here because you want something more. So, let's really dive into this and discover some cool stuff together. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a really busy intersection, with all kinds of noise and chaos around you. It's a bit scary, but it's also a chance to change things. With Stoic teachings as our guide, we won't just hide from life's problems. We'll learn to handle them like pros and find peace even in the middle of all the craziness. So, get ready for an adventure as we explore Stoic ideas that can help you through tough times. Let's start this journey and see where it takes us. Central to our discussion is a really important idea: setting boundaries, especially when dealing with people who are really self-centered, like narcissists. Remember what Marcus Aurelius, a wise philosopher, said: "You have control over your mind, not outside events." This means that when you're dealing with a narcissist, it's not about trying to change them, because that often doesn't work. Instead, it's about focusing on how you react and what you think about the situation. So, let's break it down a bit more. Imagine you're dealing with someone who always wants things their way and doesn't care about how you feel. It can be really frustrating. But instead of trying to change them, which is super hard, you can focus on how you respond. It's like having a superpower. You can't control what they do, but you can control how you react. So, the next time you're faced with a narcissistic person, remember Marcus Aurelius's words and focus on what you can control, your own thoughts and actions. It's a really powerful way to deal with difficult people. However, we shouldn't trick ourselves into thinking that this task is easy. It's definitely not. Especially when emotions are running high and the narcissist is someone important in our lives, like a family member, partner, or coworker. Keeping calm can be really tough. But it's exactly in these tough times that the wisdom of Stoicism is most helpful. It's like a guiding light that shows us the way through even the darkest times. Think about what Seneca, a wise philosopher, once said: "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." These words are really powerful because they remind us to see the difference between what a narcissist actually does and the extra suffering we put ourselves through because of our own worries and fears. It's like we create these scary thoughts in our minds that aren't even real. So, when we take Seneca's advice, we're taking control of our thoughts. Instead of focusing on all the bad things that might happen, we focus on what's really happening right now. It's like turning off a scary movie and realizing that we're safe in our own home. Let's dive deeper into this idea by imagining you're carrying around a big backpack. But instead of it being filled with school books, it's filled with all the bad stuff that happens when dealing with a narcissist. Every time they say something mean, or try to manipulate you, it's like adding a heavy rock to your backpack. It gets harder and harder to carry, and you start feeling tired and drained. But here's where Stoicism comes in. It teaches us that we have the power to stop adding more rocks to our backpack. We can choose not to let their hurtful words and actions weigh us down. It's like saying, "No more rocks, thank you very much." Instead, we can focus on lightening our load and walking a little taller, knowing that we have the strength to deal with whatever comes our way. Even though we can't make the narcissist change how they act, we have full control over how we react to them. So, freeing ourselves from their hold starts with a clear decision, a promise to focus on things that make us feel good. This means setting up boundaries, like saying no to things that make us feel bad, or keeping our distance from them when we need to. It's like building a fortress around ourselves to protect our happiness and peace of mind. And when we do that, we're taking back our power and choosing to prioritize our own well-being. It's important not to ignore how tough this journey can be emotionally. It's like walking through a jungle full of dangers and traps. When we're dealing with a narcissistic family member, like a parent or sibling, it's not just about handling their difficult behavior. It's also about feeling sad and grieving for the loving, caring relationships we wish we had with them. That's why it's so crucial to be kind to ourselves as we go through this healing process. We might need to talk to a therapist who can help us understand and cope with our feelings. Or we might find comfort in doing things like painting, writing, or dancing, creative activities that let us express ourselves and release some of the emotions we're carrying. And having supportive friends and communities who understand what we're going through can make a big difference too. When we embrace Stoicism, we're encouraged to look inside ourselves, to really see the strong fortress of peace and strength that exists within us. By not letting the narcissist take up too much space in our lives, we're not doing it to be mean. Instead, we're putting our mental health and emotional happiness first. We're saying that our inner peace is the most important thing, and that we won't let anyone disturb it. You might be wondering, how can we handle this tricky situation with strength and poise? Well, the key is to approach it with a sense of curious detachment, meaning we don't get into big arguments, but rather gently ask questions. Instead of directly challenging the narcissist's big ego, we subtly encourage them and ourselves to think about whether their stories are really true. This way, we're inviting them to look inside themselves and think about things more deeply, which can slowly bring down their inflated sense of self-importance. It's really important to be careful and thoughtful when we try to deal with this situation, making sure we stay safe and feel okay. Stoicism teaches us not to get caught up in arguments that might disturb our inner calm, but instead to focus on staying peaceful and balanced. So, by using our wisdom and self-control, we can move through the tricky parts of dealing with other people in a calm and thoughtful way. Therapy should also become like a safe haven, a special place where we can really dive into figuring ourselves out and getting better. It's like a secret lab where we mix together all the stuff inside us and come out feeling stronger and happier. In therapy, we get to look deep into our minds and deal with the hurt caused by bad relationships. And when we use Stoicism to think about things, we start to see which beliefs are keeping us stuck in relationships that don't make us feel good. Therapy isn't just about stepping back from things. It's also about making ourselves into who we want to be. It's like having a blank canvas, where we can create a whole new picture of our lives, one that's true to who we really are, without worrying about what other people think. It's all about living a life that's full of goodness and happiness, not because of what other people say or do, but because we've worked on making ourselves feel good inside. Therapy is like standing up for ourselves. It's a strong statement that we matter, and we're in charge of our own lives. When we take on this journey, we're breaking free from needing other people to tell us we're okay, and instead, we're paving our own way to becoming who we really want to be and feeling truly happy. In therapy, we get to face the things that make us feel weak or scared, and in the end, we rise above them, stronger than ever before. But don't think of this journey as a lonely one, because Stoicism actually talks a lot about the importance of being part of a community and having friends. So, let's walk down this road of figuring ourselves out together, helped by the smart ideas of people from long ago, and the support of friends who understand us. When we stick together and help each other out, we're way stronger than when we're on our own. As we journey through the twists and turns of life, let's remember what the Stoics taught us: how to take charge of our own lives, build up our inner strength, and find a way to be calm and strong, no matter what happens. Our peace of mind isn't just a nice thing to have, it's like a sacred castle inside us, a place where nothing can hurt us unless we let it. So, let's all work together to keep that castle safe from the ups and downs of life, and from people who try to mess with our happiness. Remember what Epictetus said: a wise person is someone who doesn't get sad about what they don't have but feels happy about what they do have. Let's celebrate all the good stuff inside us, like our ability to stay calm and strong even when things get tough. That's a treasure worth protecting, and it's something we all have inside us.